Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach here at Cap Recovery Center. This is our coffee and conversation meeting for the day. And our article I have here is 5 reasons why it's important to let go of the past. We're going to hop right into it. Letting go seems to be a hard thing to do for many, and it's puzzling why it should be. We all move through numerous experiences in the course of living. Each stage of our life brings new challenges and opportunities to master specific tasks, to gain new skills, to explore new facets of ourselves, and to learn about who we are in relation to others and to the world we live in. Often there is pride in our achievements and in the way we accomplish our goals. In that case, letting go and moving on feels good. When we feel content with how our life is unfolding, it is easier to let go and be open to whatever turns up next for us. But there are times in our lives that are particularly challenging and stressful, times that cause us worry, fear, and anxiety. Sometimes we simply don't know where we're going and how we're going to get there. Sometimes we get stuck in a place, and no matter how we try, we can't seem to find our way out. Believe it or not, that's often part of life. It happens to most of us, and that's okay. There is no shame in feeling lost and uncertain about the future. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, our issues and problems will find resolution and we'll finally be able to move on. And I like this part. It says, there's no shame in feeling lost and uncertain of the future. And that's one of the reasons why I think I stayed stuck in the past and why I stayed stuck in an active addiction. Because I was fear of the future and I was stuck with what happened before. Um, because there's a lot of things that stick with us. There's a lot of trauma, and, a lot of things that happen in our childhood. There's things we've done, and things we've seen, and things that happened to us. And if we stay stuck in that, it just digs us deeper and deeper and deeper. When I got in recovery, we come in with a lot of baggage. Like I hold on to this past experiences, and it's not like it's doing me no good in the present moment and it's doing no good for the future. So if I keep holding on to stuff that happened in the past, it's only going to weigh me down. That's it's just no good. It's gone. The past is gone, and we have to let go. We don't might not have to like it or be okay with it, but we have to let go of it. We can't stay stuck in the past. But what happens when you get stuck and stay stuck? You just simply can't go beyond and remain in a state of rummaging and obsessing about the past, about what was, about that couldn't happen, and about the opportunity that slipped away, about the person that you love who doesn't love you in the same way, about that difficult relationship that continues to challenge you, integrity and health, all the things you believe would make you happy, all the things you expected, all the hopes and dreams you wished for and didn't happen. You just can't let go. You remain stuck in emotions of that time, replaying over and over again the hurt and guilt and shame, the sense of loss, and on and on. Yes, we talked a little bit about staying stuck, and we have to change our mindset. We have to change our minds of letting go. Like I said earlier, we don't have to be okay with the past, but we can't stay. We can't just live in the past. We gotta focus on the here and now because if we keep focused on the past, we're not living in the present moment. We're not enjoying life, enjoying our relationships uh, in today. We can always project to the future of like the goals and the dreams that we have, but in reality, we have to stick in the moment and enjoy life while in today. We can't focus on the past, the future. We try to focus on living in today. I know it's hard to let go of all deeply invested in and stubbornly attached to, but let go you must because as painful as it may seem, it is the path to growth. So here are 5 points to help you begin to move forward and hopefully to let go of what no longer serves you. So let's check the first one. The past is done. It says no amount of thinking about it, energy spent on emotions invested in it will change the fact you can't change what happened, but you can change your reaction to it. Instead of thinking negatively about the past, your disappointment, your sadness, your struggle to have something that is not meant to be yours, you can reframe your thoughts and feelings more positively to reflect lessons learned, and let's see here, wisdom gained. You can allow yourself to understand that you are a continuous work in progress and that what has happened to you reflects where you are developing as you grow as a person. You learn to see these parts, events, stepping stones toward your future. Yeah, we can't change and grow if we stay stuck in the past. That's from many areas, mentally, physically, spiritually. We have to step forward and keep on the focus of going and getting better, and then not, staying stuck. What bad has happened, we can stay stuck on the negative things that went on in life, the negative things that we've done. Um, it just doesn't do no good for the spirit. It doesn't good mentally, like I said, mentally, physically, and spiritually. It does no good staying in the past. We always can think of it, we always can remember it, but like reliving it over and over again, it's just not good. And that can cause stress, anxiety, depression. It can develop mental health, just obsession and thinking about this past events. Man, it can regain trauma that has happened to us, and that's why we use drugs and alcohol in the first place. If we keep on going back to these past events, it can really cause us a lot of grief. That's another thing we deal with in recovery too, is dealing with loss of loved ones and friends and family. Um, we can always remember them and relive these events, but if we obsess and really cause a lot of emotions and feelings and can overwhelm us and get us stressed, anxiety, and can make us really upset. So we have to have some coping skills to let go and move on. Let's see this next one. Self-limiting beliefs prevent you from letting go. When you believe that you have experiencing is the only choice you have and the only time you have had it, you limit your potential to expand and grow. When you limit your belief about your capacity, you deprive yourself of so many opportunities. When you think narrowly and you drive away chances to try something new and to succeed, do you deprive yourself of being the master of your own creative abilities. You deprive yourself of helping to manifest what you most want to happen. So if we put these limited beliefs on ourselves and our minds are so narrow that we're just one way and we're tunnel vision on something that we're believe in, we're depriving ourselves of change and growing and possibilities of having a better future. If we focus on, like, just give you an example, like this happened to me, so this is going to happen to me again, or this relationship didn't work out in the past, so I'm not never ever going to have a good relationship in the future. So if we put these self-limiting beliefs about certain things, it's going to prevent us from letting go of that stuff. So we have to, work on ourselves and change our mindset and have better coping skills. So when we have these self-limiting, so I've done that for the longest. I put limitations on myself, and I couldn't change or grow or let go of anything because I was so caught up in self will and I was so consumed with self that I couldn't see anything else. So I had to, break that selfishness and self-centeredness that its core of our disease is selfish and self-centeredness. I had to let go and seek a higher power than more bigger than me. Let's go to the next one. When you let go, you create space for something new to happen. It's like having a closet of junk, things you no longer use or need. Do you even know what's in there? It's essential to stop and take stock of what you really need emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Do the things that once sense in the way you lived your life still make sense? Are you hanging on out on, I don't know that word, I'm sorry, for the past? Are you afraid you'll let it go, you'll forget? When you clear away the debris of the past, you create a vast space of anything that happened. I like how it says this, like if you had a closet and you had things, you accumulate things over the years and you have it in a closet, like is it still feasible today? Or you have to clean some of that stuff out, right? So you have room for new stuff. That's what what we do in recovery. We work on ourselves. We clear out the stuff that's no good for us today, and we let go of it, right? And then we have room for new change and growing and spiritual principles that we learn in recovery. We break these bad habits that we picked up in active addiction, and we have better, healthy communication skills that we can use in the present moment. Because there's a lot of things that I picked up over the years that's no so good for myself. In active addiction and in recovery, so I had to change myself. But that comes with the work. It comes with a lot of work, and it takes patience and time because it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. I've learned that recovery is a lifelong process, and I have to do something each day for my recovery. Because as soon as I wake up, I'm still stuck with self. So how do I get out of myself? So I do things that are beneficial to my recovery and beneficial to my well-being. Let's see here. Your past is not your identity. Yes, a part of your history, a part of who you are, but it's not you. Your experiences reflect pieces of yourself. Things happen, but the way they happen, they're unique. Way of presenting themselves is colored by each person individually. You place your own imprint on the way events occur. Your identity is as much a part of your tomorrows as your past. When you stay mirrored in the past, you prevent yourself from living in the present and living into your tomorrow. Yeah, so a little bit of like your past is not your identity. I've learned like my past is not define who I am today. The things I've done, the things I've been through, the things that have happened to me doesn't predict who I am today. Unless I choose to. I can stay stuck in that, like what I've been through, what I've done. I can project that to make it be that who I am today, which is not. It's just things that it was part of my disease of addiction. I don't do the things I've done today when I used to do in that addiction. I don't do those things today. I don't say things don't arise, right? Because we're not perfect and we all have shortcomings and character defects. But I have more assets today than I do have defects, right? Because I'm working on myself. I'm living life of recovery, and um, I don't project myself to be uh, the person that I thought I was, right? My perception of myself was distorted, but it was clouded by drugs and alcohol, you know. It doesn't, my past doesn't define who I am today. It's crazy as it sounds, but like, I was a liar, a cheater, a thief, you name it. The list went on and on and on and on, right? But since I've been in recovery, like I'm trustworthy, I'm accountable and reliable. I'm visible, I'm available. I show up for work. People can trust me today. I'm not a liar. I'm open and honest. So there's a lot of, more assets and defects today because I worked on myself. Let's see what the next one is. Letting go is the cornerstone of change. The points above all to this, but it's essential to clearly say this. Some people live their life by just going through the motions. They look like they are actively participating in life, but they're not. They're thinking, feeling, and hoping and dreaming about a life that once was, about a life that should have happened but didn't. A terrible waste of time. You will never know your own strength. your own courage, your own potential to live life fully. When you refuse to let go, you are succumbing to fear of the unknown and fear of possible failure. When you won't let go, you prevent yourself from experiencing life in an expansive and adult way. Wow. So, some people live their life by just going through the motions. Man, I don't want to live like that. You know, it happens though. Like, we just go through the motions of life and not really, we're like visible and available and we're like here. We're not like actually living life, like actually being happy and like, enjoying life. We can get caught up in the day to day grind of working and family and friends and stuff like that. And, but like actually enjoying life. Um, Something I didn't do. Like I was, an active addiction. Like I was just rolling with the punches. My focus was drugs and alcohol, and I was causing pain and suffering to everybody around me, right? So like I was one way, just what I wanted, and that was it. I was just existing. I wasn't living. And it was a sad way to live. Like I choose to try to enjoy life today because listen, life is short. Life is too short, and we only have one, and we don't have no do-overs. So I have to thank God. He gave me another chance to actually live a different life. But it takes time, it takes work, and here at Calvary Recovery Center, and for myself, we welcome all pathways to recovery. What worked for me not might work for you, but I've learned to like become my own person, which I never did before. Right, I always like was that chameleon of fitting in, trying to fit in everywhere. And I was good at that. I'm still good with that today. Like I can interact and participate in my life and everybody else's life in a healthy way. As before, it was I can fit in to get what I want from anybody. I there's a lot of things that we turn the switch. We turn the negative into a positive. Because there's a lot of positive things that we're don't get confused with this. It was an active addiction, right? There's things that we did, but we just turn it for positive. That's some things we have to just change. And I gained a lot in recovery, and I'm so thankful and so grateful for that. But first and foremost, I had to put the drugs and alcohol down, and I had to do something different. Which can be tough. It can surely be tough at times. Because think about it. Something I was putting in my body, I came physically dependent on it, mentally dependent on it, and I had to have more every day, right, for years on end. To break that, it can be tough because it was part of my life. It was part of me, right? And like, how do I change that? How do I break this chain of addiction, right? I had to put the drugs and alcohol down first, then I had to work on myself. Because I always went to treatment, always, did the short day, 30, 60 days, whatever. But I never did like aftercare, you know. Now just as addicts, we all, everybody in the world and everybody in life have to change and grow and work on themselves. We can't just go through the motions of life. You know what I mean? We stay stagnant like that way. We stay complacent. We don't have room for change and growth if we just stay the same. So I had to really work on myself and do something different this time. And thank God I did. You know, it was tough. It was tough, and it still can be tough. Listen, life is tough, can be tough, uh, even without drugs and alcohol, right? But I can definitely deal with life on life terms a lot better clean and sober. I don't cause more harm. Well, sometimes you can, right? If I'm not working on myself that day, if I'm not applying the principles that I was taught, because we're human. That's first and foremost, we're human, no matter what. We just have to stay visible, available, and like, it's not always about me and what I want, right? I like to get it back today because something was given to me freely, so I have to freely give it to somebody else. Um, and that's what recovery is about. And this last part here says, as a new year approaches, it might be a good time to take stock of what is not finished in your life. Maybe you need to complete something that was never resolved. Maybe you need to make peace with part of your past that is overdone. Maybe you need to promise yourself to commit to open yourself to the new and yet the unknown. Wow, that's a little scary, the unknown, right? I think we all have a little fear of the unknown, right? I sure do so at times, but like I'm more at peace now with myself and things around me that I can just enjoy life and not project in the future and not stay stuck in the past and just let go of it. It's easier to let go than to be stuck, at times. We seek, where I seek, my spiritual aim is seeking freedom, first and foremost from active addiction, right? But like freedom from self, like this thinking, we're stuck with ourselves 24/7, right? There's no getting away from our minds, so we have to shift our mindset a little bit to, seek peace and freedom. Because we can stay stuck. We can be so consumed with a lot of things in life that if we're consumed with something, usually we're not too free, and that can be tough at times. But I want to thank Shannon. Thank you for showing up. This is our 5 reasons why it's important to let go of the past. That was our coffee and conversation for the meeting. Until next time, we'll see you later.